Hello, my hooked honeys, and welcome back to Hooked. If you're new here, my name is Leanne,
My name is Suzette.
and Hooked is basically where we do some,
True crime.
yes, we talk about some creature.
We talk about some true crime by She Crochet.
Yeah,
And today's episode, whoa,
yeah.
this is
Clearly, I'm just here at this point, guys. I have finished. Basically, I finished Shigo, and just making it like a back part now because I'm gonna make a cardigan. So we're adding a whole bunch of different greens here. I am very, very much experimenting with all of these different greens because I've never even done something like this before.
I
So
love it.
yeah, the rest of the cardigan is gonna be like this olive color and black, and then we're gonna throw maybe a little bit of that like lighter green in there. But I think I might just be done with this green here.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm liking it.
we're gonna go with the olive. Oops, sorry. We're gonna go with the olive,
That's
like
what's up.
finish her off. But
That
yeah,
is what's up. So, question. You're young. In 2014, ain't that long ago, the year you graduated, right? Do you remember um Laquan McDonald, who we gonna talk about today?
no.
Okay. Today is very Imma say this before we even start. I respect the police. If I get pulled over, I do what they say. My hands don't move from a certain point because I do wanna make it home. Not all police are bad. Let's not sit here and be like, everybody that's a police officer is on some others. You have bad apples everywhere. But today, we gonna talk about one of them bad apples, and we gonna let you decide. Was he protecting? Was he fearful? Or did he only see a black young boy? On 9/20/14, 17-year-old Laquan McDonald was shot and killed by Jason Van Dyke, which is an officer or was an officer for the Chicago PD. Laquan's case is very pivotal because at this time it was a back to back. It was his, and then it was Freddie Gray, um, Fruitville, Jason, or not Jason, Eric Garner. All of them started following back to back to back. So, in a way, yes, the police probably did fear like they were out on that people were trying to attack them, but at the same time, I don't think it was the fear that we as the public was having at that time, especially having a black son. It is very I have a husband, I have a son, I have grandkids. All of them are males, all of them are black. And to be honest, it is a fear because you never know. Every officer is one case away from having a murder charge. I'm be honest, you don't know. It's always the unknown. When you pull over a car, when you go to someone's house or anything, it's always the unknown. You don't know.
Yeah, but then are they just not supposed to do their job then? Like there is a reason why they got caught there.
Right.
So whatever. I feel like sometimes they be ODing, definitely you doing too much. And then sometimes I just feel like it's a situation that got out of control. Because what are they taught? You gotta think about how they were trained and all of that. So I don't
Right.
know. Sometimes I just feel like some situations are just a little, yeah, whatever. Sorry.
No, no. I did want that opinion. Well, Laquan, he was 17 at the time of his death. He was he his birthday, because he was born 9/25/97. So he was killed on the 20th. He had 5 days before he seen his 18th birthday.
Oh, wow.
He was born to a teen mother, did not say a lot about his mother, did not find out a lot, but I do know she was a teen mother when she had. He was in and out of foster homes and group homes due to instability, neglect, and trauma. They didn't say what kind was going on. They just said that's why he was in and out. So he didn't really live with this mom.
Okay.
He also did not attend regular schools like public schools. He attended an alternative school for behaviors, and a lot of people, his teachers and his counselors that he had said that he was very intelligent, but he was troubled. So, and probably because of whatever was going on in his home life, sometimes it's hard to ration everything out the right way. And but he was trying and he was working. He did have certain situations where he would have breakdowns and whatever. He did have kind of a juvenile record. Nothing was what's it called? Offensive. It was like damaging of property, stuff like that. So it was never nothing where people had to be scared of this young man. Never that. The and at the time of his death, he was on probation, but he was working towards his GED and he was working to try to really focus himself and better himself. He knew 18 was right around the corner. No
So,
more
what was he on probation for?
property, damaging property, trying to break into a car,
Oh, okay.
vandalizing, vandalism. So that's all the background I got about him. And 9 times out of 10, it had a lot to do with the fact that he was a minor. You're so it wasn't really a lot that you were gonna find out about a minor. So, we gonna go ahead and fast forward to the 9/20/2014. Probably did not say that right, but
Yeah, it sounded a little wonky. Oh, it's here. We're here. Okay, we're here.
the police was called to a truck yard in Acre Heights neighborhood. This is in Chicago, and I believe this might have been on the south side of Chicago. When the police was called, it was said that there was a young male with a knife slashing tires or trying to break into vehicles. The police arrived at 9:50 that night. Supposedly Laquan punctured a squad car tire and scratched the window sill. Now, in Ohio, I know when you mess with a police car, you're going to jail. They're going to tackle you down. They're going to arrest you. There's not going to be no following him. So, okay, they followed him. Some on foot, some in a car, but they followed him. They end up calling for backup at 9:58. So I want everybody to really think about this.
That is weird.
At
That is
9:50,
weird.
they showed up. At 9:58, they called for backup
Before
with
they even came in contact with him.
yep,
Yeah, that's weird.
for a taser unit. Now, I don't know how police are usually uniformed, but I always thought they had a Glock, taser, nightstick, radio, but, that might not be true. They had to call for a taser unit.
Where did this happen? South side of Chicago?
That's what, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, when at 10 o'clock, they called for backup. They arrived on the scene at 9:50. Backup was called at 9:58. At 10 o'clock, Jason Van Dyke and his partner pull up. Less than 30 seconds of Van Dyke stepping out of his vehicle, he opens fire.
Was this the taser unit that they called?
Yeah, but he didn't tase nothing. He opened fire. I'm not done. He opened fire. He shot him 16 times. He was already on the ground and Van Dyke was still shooting.
What?
By the time when you shot him and he was on the ground, bruh, he is no longer a threat to anyone. For you to continue firing, that is where people got upset. It was not the outrage of you shooting him. Some people might have been able to get over that, but the mere fact that you shot him 16 times was the problem. The fact that you shot him when he was on the ground is the problem. At 10:16, Laquan was pronounced dead.
Whoa.
This was around a Burger King. There was witnesses. These witnesses were taken to the station and they would not release these witnesses. These witnesses did not get released until 4 a.m. And the police were very upset with these witnesses because they would not change their story. They kept saying, he shot him, he shot him, he killed him. And the police did not like that. They had a problem with the fact that the witnesses would not shut the fuck up.
That they told the truth?
People gotta understand. Just
What
like
the
on the
fuck?
just like, on the streets, they say snitches get stitches. The the police department has a code of silence. You don't tell on the police. The police don't tell on the police.
But they can be out here telling on any and everybody.
You know that's right. That's so true. True, true, true.
What the
Now,
word?
when this happened, usually when an officer is involved in a shooting, that officer, his partner, and whoever was on the scene is supposed to be separated until their whatever representative come in and they're questioned. Not in this case. They were not separated. They were able to make phone calls to whoever they wanted to. They talked to one another. So, they collaborated stories. And guess what the story they came up with? This is the other reason why they had a problem with the witnesses. They wanted the witnesses to say that Laquan lunged at them with this knife. He never
Did he have
lunged.
a knife?
He did have a knife. The knife was at his thing.
Was the knife visible to the police officers?
Yes, he had it visible. Like, literally, he was carrying it like this on him. He was carrying it like this. So it was very visible. They could see the knife. They can see Laquan was over here. They were over here. Do you see what I'm saying? Oh, it's you could have tased boy. You could
It's
have
not
shot
making
boy.
sense.
You could have shot boy in the
Yeah, it's
kneecap,
not making
and
sense.
he would have been cool. But mm, they wanted to go with he was on PCP. He was aggravated. He was very out of whack. You didn't know what he was gonna do. Put your glasses back on because you're about to have a fit. And yeah, he lunged at him. Where the PCP came from,
Because that's where I just got irritated. Like, what?
where the PC came from, why they went with that, I know because that screen did not show that he had PCP in his system at all. But hold on, I'm about to make y'all even more upset. So we do know that the police have dash cams, right? Supposed to be on, right?
Right.
Dash cam was on, videoed it all, but guess what? They buried it.
They buried
Buried.
everybody's did dash cam?
The dash
Everybody's
cam.
body cam?
I
What
don't think
about the other
everybody
people
had
that was
one. I don't
there?
think everyone on the
Every cop should have
police.
had a body
I
cam
don't think
on.
they all had one on.
They all should have had a body cam and
They
all
all should.
been in recording.
They all should. But a dash cam was buried.
Okay, well, there's other cameras though, so, like, that's what I'm confused about, like,
Yeah, that dash cam, and the dash cam did come out. Hold on, before we hold on. So there's this reporter named Jamie. I'm about to fuck your last name up, sir, but Imma spell it so I don't mess it up. Kalven. First name Jamie. He published an article named 16 Shots, which led to emails being sent to the senior staff of the mayor. At the time, Mayor Rami was in charge. At this time, he was also in the middle of about to be elected as the mayor. So, of course, he ain't saying nothing about it. But now everybody know that this dash cam exists. This happened in 2014. Dash cam did not come out until 2015. Activists had to literally demand this dash cam video. And of course, they got the runaround to the point to where they had to literally file a Freedom Information Act. They had to file one of that and hire an attorney to get this dash cam. Now, whoever was running that part of the police at the time didn't know what he was sending or didn't know what was, I'm not gonna say he knew that he was sending something, but I don't think he knew what was on it when he sent it. Because when he sent it and this lawyer seen it, lawyer said, "Oh, this first degree murder." No, hands down. This man stepped out the car, pulled out, and started shooting. No, hold, wait, police, nothing. Just started shooting. But, even after that, still went unsaid. They still tried to hush everything out. They tried to give Laquan's family, well, they didn't try. They settled with his family for like 5 million, something like that dollars. It was a high number. So they knew that this officer was in the wrong. And for them to know that and still allow him to work, not saying too much about Chicago PD at that time. But, you know, it's out there now. Now the public wants to see it. Now the public wants to know why no one's being held accountable
Right.
for this young man's death.
So, did he ever get held accountable?
Yeah, 4 years later is when he finally went to trial, finally lost his job. 4 years later. He went to trial. When he went to trial, he did get up on the stand and on his defense. And the only thing I don't like, because the first thing that came out this man's mouth, I was a fear of my life. Dude, we didn't all seen the dash cam. We all know you were not in fear of nothing. You didn't have time to be feared. This boy was not attacking you. This boy was not close to you. And there was nothing for you to fear. And even if you did fear, you still cannot sit here and tell me why you shot 16 times.
Yeah, 16 times is a lot. That's too much. What is going on? What are you doing?
I got the autopsy. Well, I read the autopsy. 16 gunshots, a total of 24 bullet holes from entrance to exit wounds. Wounds were located on his head, neck, chest, back, and right leg. We are going to put the dash cam video in there for y'all. I will say, if you don't, if it's not something that you don't think you can handle, don't watch it. I haven't even let my daughter watch it before this. So when she uploads it, it's actually going to be her first time seeing it.
Mhm.
There's the body jump. Laquan jump. He got shot. Boom, 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 boom. Whenever I lost count, I was trying to count watching it and I couldn't. His body jerked and fell. The reason why I know that this man was still shooting because his body. Every time you shot, all you seen is his body. There was the medical examiner said it was so many bullet holes in this young man's body. He couldn't even tell you where the first bullet was done from the last. They took when everything started coming out, when Laquan's body went to the funeral home, the home director knew the pastor, which was Laquan's uncle. And he told his uncle then, like, nah, man, this something ain't right. You need to investigate this. You know what he told that man? Take pictures.
Mm.
I don't care if me and my son don't talk for 10 years. Okay? There's nothing no one can tell me. My last sight of my son is these pictures, the 24 bullet holes. Now, when he went to court, he did get found guilty of all 16 counts, which by law, that should have landed him in jail for the rest of his life. He's a cop.
Not he out here walking.
Oh, he walking. He walking. The judge overturned the jury's conviction and gave him 6 years and would be able to be released on good behavior in 3. So guess what?
What? What?
3 years is all he got for killing a young 17-year-old male in cold blood.
That's crazy. What the fuck?
Now, see, the thing with Jason, I did do a little bit of research on him. And Jason, this wasn't his first fuck up. This was his major one. This cost him his job. This had him going jail, and he definitely wasn't in public. He definitely wasn't. He's an officer. There's no way they put that man in Gym Pop.
Mm-mm.
But he had a record of being aggressive. He had a record of attacking. He had like 23 um complaints against him.
Wow.
Now, he did say that he grew up not on the south side of Chicago. So I'm taking it was like, the suburbs of Chicago. And that's the other thing I don't think police officers need to do either. If they were not raised in the hood, you should not be
Patrolling,
policing
yeah. I
the
feel that.
hood because, yes, if you've never been there, you don't know nothing about it, you're not ready for that life. You're not. As much you can have all the training in the world,
Mhm.
but that don't mean you ready. And trust me, yes, there is some 17-year-olds that is out here wilding out crazy, and they don't even deserve to get done like that. But hey, you out, you living your best life. I don't know where you work at. I don't know what you're doing. You done went not on radar, which I ain't mad at you. I wouldn't get my address out either. You went to a store with me. You know what I mean? 3 years, 3 years for killing somebody. You think you about to find me?
Yeah.
I'm not here out. I'm not doing an interview. I'm
Not
not
not a
doing nothing.
damn thing.
Nothing.
I don't wanna talk to you no more. I don't wanna talk to nobody.
So, Leanne, I know you don't agree with the 3 years, but other than that, how do you feel?
This is what I've got done so far. I'm not even about to talk about this fucking case. We're done with it. Relax, release. Don't be somebody we talk about. And don't be a fuck ass, weird ass cop. Okay? Protect and serve.
Protect and serve, because we do need cops, okay? We need police, lawyers, judges, all the things, but we don't need to be hunted. We've been hunted long enough. Let us breathe. We need to breathe. Have a good night.
See y'all next week, man. Love y'all. Bye.